Hi, this is Ariel Live TV, and today it's always gonna be a happy day. And before I introduce my guest today, I just want to say condolences to Mindy, and I'm so sorry that we lost the wonderful Lieutenant Eric Lloyd, Metropolitan Police, and also a dear friend of my mother also just passed away. Condolences to Ang family in California. And so sad, I have many friends that passed away, and along my aunt who also died. And due to the COVID, no ever wants to come and visit. So that she died, they just buried just like that, without no preparation. But anyway, let's not be sad today. I just want to welcome a dear friend of mine and also a leader of the community here in Las Vegas, a dedicated father and of course a dedicated mother. And this beautiful couple are very well known here in our community. And of course, a lot of people are mad at them, of course, of their beliefs on politician. I just want to welcome Dave Sajdak, and I want to ask them why it's Sajdak, and also the lovely wife, Miss Alex Sajdak. Welcome to my show.
Thank you so much for inviting us.
Thanks for having us here. We appreciate it.
Well, let's talk to your husband first before I will
Of
go
course.
with you. Dave, I know election is coming. I know a lot of people are angry with us due to, of course, a different party and a party. And thank you so much for inviting us, by the way, on the Lincoln Day in a Aon Hotel. That's so amazing.
You did a fantastic job. Everybody was very happy and excited about it, and you made the event even better.
Thank
So we
you.
appreciate you being there.
Oh, that's so nice of you to say that. But welcome. But anyway, tell me what's going on this week. I know there's so many events coming up and there's so many things happening because almost how many days now? 100 days or
About 98 or
90,
97.
97 days from today?
Correct.
Tell me, I know there's coming up event.
Well, we'll have a big announcement either later today or tomorrow about an event on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't disclose yet, but just watch the calendars and the invites, and there'll be a big event coming up next week here
That
for the
was
campaign.
That's exciting. I'm excited. How long have you been servicing the CCRP? And can you please complete the meaning of CCRP as a chairman?
Sure, it's the Clark County Republican Party, and I have been chairman for about 2 years now, a little less than 2 years, and was vice chairman prior to that. So I've been involved with the CCRP for about 3.5 years now.
Explain that to me. What the CCRP does to the community in our country.
We're the ones that are charged with really helping to rebuild and get the vote out for the Republican Party and help with the candidates and recruit candidates and do voter registration drives and give back to the community and try to help advance Clark County and the state of Nevada.
So basically, you guys are the one who actually is like beated the right candidate for that position. Is that correct?
We help. Yeah,
You help.
we help recruit, we help promote, we try to find some candidates to run in different districts and help all the different candidates. And now that our slate is set, we're doing everything we can to get the turnout and get the message out.
Congratulations. I hope you can help more. And also, do
Thank
you
you.
guys also, you're welcome, do you guys also help the community in terms of this COVID just happened and it's still ongoing on?
Well, we help in the sense that we try to get out correct information so people can make a smart decision and make their own choices. So
Okay,
we've
that's
been,
great.
we've promoted and put out the different events, different resources, press releases just where people can find help, find resources, because it's very difficult for our whole community. And, the longer this goes on, the more economic stress that happens. And, people don't understand what happens when you put more stress on people, i.e.
Definitely.
suicides, drug use, abuse.
Mm.
I was reading a statistic yesterday that drug overdoses are up 42%
Wow.
over
In
the same
Nevada.
time
In Nevada
in
alone.
Nevada over the same time last year. So, and this is a countrywide problem. So, it causes a lot of different issues too, because people need to be able to work and people need to be able to socialize. So, I understand that COVID's a terrible thing, but so is the alternative. Shutting everything down forever, with no hope and no promise is also a terrible alternative for a lot of people.
Do you
So,
think so? Let me ask you something. I understand that. Do you think so? Our governor make a right decision to open suddenly, and now we are upper COVID sickness people.
I I would have made the decision to open things sooner, much sooner. It was only supposed to be a 2-week shutdown to help the hospitals catch up, and it's turned into 3 or 4 month shutdown and cost a couple of $1 billion. So, and now all the conventions, everything's canceled through the end of the year. Now we just lost CES for next year.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they shut down
Wow.
CES yesterday for January, and what's that, 2 or 300 million dollars to the economy?
Wow.
Well, it's gone as of yesterday.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, they just made the decision to do a complete virtual event. So,
So it's gonna be virtual.
well, the CES is going to be virtual. Yeah, that doesn't help the city in Clark County and the city of Las
Who
Vegas.
make that decision?
CES.
Wow.
So, I mean, we're not going to recover quickly if we can't get back to some middle ground, normal
Correct, correct. I'm
And-
glad you said that, and it's nice for us to know.
So, I mean, the economic impact of everyone. This is the first time in our country's history that we've actually quarantined everyone.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Do you think so? We didn't act fast enough for this situation?
no, I think they acted extremely fast. If you took the previous administration, they waited till about 500,000 people died before they took any action when we had one of the flu things going around the last time. So I think the administration acted incredibly quickly.
Wow. Well, I want to talk more about what's going on. I know you have a lot of insight on these things happen in our community and around the world. I want to welcome your lovely wife. Let's talk about your lovely wife. I know you're excited.
Yes.
I want to know who you are. I want to know why did you decided to run for an office? And congratulations, by the
Thank you
way.
so much.
Made your
Thank
dreams
you.
come true.
Yes, last year.
Wow, you made an American citizen. How do
That's-
you feel when you receive that certificate?
Oh my God.
What's
it's-
your feeling about it?
I don't know how to explain, but in the moment I feel emotion, cry, I work hard. My dreams come true for citizen. But the first is I follow the law. That's the first step. And I marry with this man. I say, thank you, God.
Who
I don't-
fall in love?
Yes,
Who
yes,
fall in love
yes.
first? Is that Dave fall in love first or you fall in love first? You?
Me.
Mm.
Oh, we
I-
both did. So,
No, no, I.
Oh, you are. So you feel like, let me share a little bit mine, but mine is kind of a different, right? When I received my divorce degree, I was so happy. It's like I'm jumping around.
Yeah.
But when I become a citizen, it's like the feelings are different.
Yes.
There's
yeah.
like emotion, correct?
Yes,
It's like
yes.
there's no, you cannot express yourself.
Yes.
It's like, are you gonna be happy or are you gonna be cry? You know those
Both.
things.
The same time.
The same time.
The same time.
Wow, congratulations. I'm glad that you went through the process like me. It
Yes.
takes me a long time and then I waited myself. Yeah.
I need to wait 3 years, right? For
3 years.
3 years.
Wow, that's long.
Well, I think because I married with American, citizen, and then because I come here illegal, for my visa, for tourist visa, and then I meet this wonderful men, and
There you
follow.
go.
Yes,
The how do you call that? How do you call that, Dave?
Cupid.
Cupid.
Cupid. Cupid.
The Cupid. The
I
Cupid
first.
hit the
I first.
you first.
I first.
But anyway, let's talk about this. Why did you decided to run as Assemblywoman in your district? And tell me where is your district and what is your plan. But let's go first to first question. Why did you decided to run as Assemblywoman?
First, I designed because most of my area is Latinos, right? I know. Look.
Tell me where is your district. Don't be shy. Don't
16.
be.
That's
Where is the 16?
is
Can you help Dave?
Yeah, the
I'm
north,
sorry, I'm
north
really
border
nervous.
is Charleston, West Charleston.
Charleston.
The south border is Warm Springs. The 15 is the border all the way down. And then either Maryland Parkway
Maryland
or
Parkway.
Eastern, depending. There's a little sections that go
Oh,
over
I
to
can
Eastern.
help you. I have so
So-
many friends in that area.
Yes.
Businesses.
So
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
got the entire strip in it. It's got the airport. It's got the stadium. It's got all the town center, UNLV in the airport.
Yep.
So
Wow, that's a good area. I mean,
yes,
that's a time.
excellent area.
All right. So that's your district.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what's your plan as Assemblywoman. What can you do better to your district?
My district in my area, we have a little difficult for the school, and then I need to talk with the parents what they need, because we need to listen most the people, because most the people is quiet. I want to know what happened in my district, what they need, principal in the school. That's my sorry.
That's
I really,
You're doing great. You're wonderful. Don't worry about it.
and then
I mean, it's better you express them because, yes, people can actually relay either Spanish or English, but most of those districts or probably the students are English.
yes, yes. And what I want to explain all my people, all of them, they need me. I need to looking for what they need. I want the people come to me to explain what happened, what they need my district. You know.
Something that you can give back to the community,
Yes.
community get together, and your plan is higher education
The
in your
education
district. So
for
it's
the
not
city.
just your district, probably the combination and the whole Nevada.
Well, yes,
or
yes,
Las Vegas
yes.
alone.
That's
Correct.
the answer. That's correct. Yes.
What else is your next step besides education? What is still you're planning to add to your education?
Mm. Oh my God.
Are you planning?
Jobs.
Go ahead. Dave, is there any proposition?
jobs, everything,
Jobs.
anything to do with economic recovery, because it's going to be all about economic recovery going forward. It's going to take the valley a minimum of 3 years to get back to normal. So anything that we can do to help people get their jobs back, help businesses, it's really going to be about economic recovery here. It's
That
people
is
don't,
pretty cool.
coming out of this is very slow. So a lot of businesses aren't going to survive, especially a lot of small businesses.
Correct.
So we need to encourage other Latinos, especially, and minority-owned businesses to restart and reopen.
If it's there a chance your platform or your ideas, or not just ideas, or whatever you want to bring to your community, do you want to say that in Spanish?
Do you want to
Your-
talk?
how many major ideas or want to bring to the community of District 16? First, you did the education. Second, you did the job. What else is your plan?
My plan, first, in this moment, we have a little problems for all this business is closed, right? And I need the people come to me one more time for the job economy because I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you try to visit each day small businesses already? Did you go out and say hello to them? Did you actually give your information about what your plan? Did you invite them to your community already?
Yeah.
Starting that next week.
Yes. We need to start next
Their
week.
flyers being printed right now, so.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm
Luckily,
sorry.
you have a good assistant, the
Yes.
CCRP chairman, Republican Party. I mean, that's going to be a big help for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's a little nervous, you know.
Don't be nervous. You know what? When you run as Assemblywoman,
I
you
know.
cannot be nervous.
I know,
You have
but
to be
I need
fight,
to
fight,
learn.
fight.
I need to fight, but in
Fight,
of
fight,
course.
fight.
But sometimes the situation is, you know. I'm
She's
sorry.
a big fighter.
Yes,
Fight,
believe
fight,
me.
fight. You're
Believe
still
me.
young
never-
and
she
beautiful.
never
I
gives
think
up.
you're very talented. You're a very intelligent person. I know you can express this better in your language, but your language is many. You have Spanish, you have English, and that's good. I mean, it's gonna be a diverse because you're not just serving on Spanish. You're not just serving Asian.
Yeah.
You're basically serving the whole community and
Yes.
different diversity.
Yes.
We have a very diverse district.
Correct.
Yes.
So you have Asian, because that area is all Asian actually. If you know Maryland Park, we are more Asian
Yes.
because I want to have a Filipino village there. I talked to Robert Estrada. I want him to win, but I know the chances. Hopefully, he get 100%. Robert Estrada, I asked him, and my plan is, hey, I want him to win so I can have the Filipino village. I mean, every nationality have that dreams because look, we have Korean town, we have Chinatown, we have I think Spanish has that too, right? Mexican because we have what Mariana Island, they have that. Filipino doesn't have that. We are all over, but number one in our place is Maryland Parkway. That's a place of our Asian
Yes.
Filipino.
It's
So
a
that's
lot,
a good
right?
thing too. I want you to win, and I want you to put that in a ballot. You know,
I'm
Maryland
promise.
Parkway.
I'm promise. Work hard. Maybe I'm feel weak. You
You're
know.
not weak. You have
But
a very good
that's-
husband supported you.
Yeah, but I need to prove my people I can do that.
You are already.
know, but in
Imagine
this
you went through the process, you get your citizen, and here you are, become an assemblywoman.
Yes.
You can do it.
Yes.
Just have a
I
fighting
promise.
spirit.
Yes.
Just having a fighting spirit. We're gonna invite everybody. We'll have a party. We have the whole party. You know, all those things. That's the most important. You tackle the job. You tackle the education. That's important in our community. The job is the most important right now.
Yes.
Imagine that. You know. What about you, Dave? Dave, what do you think you can more contribute to your wife?
Contribute to my wife. Will help her with her campaign, and she'll get. She's comfortable. She just gets a little nervous articulating her points, but she understands what needs to be done.
Yes.
So we'll be here to backdrop and help organize her campaign and their door knockers and phone calls and everything else that has to be done.
That's pretty
Getting it
cool.
organized,
That's
so.
pretty cool. What's your dream? What is your dream, and what do you want to achieve?
My dream is a lot of stuff.
Give me one thing for your district.
Education is my dream.
All right, technology, right?
Technology.
Higher technology, and make more. How do you call that? That the kids can actually touch. Something that they don't have to struggle to borrow some, Chromebook or to paper it. That it's already there. That they can use it in high technology.
Yes.
We need to work more in partnership with the businesses to help the schools
Correct.
too. So
That's good. I mean, if we can tackle that two major dream that you want and it will make it happen. I mean, you just have to deliver it. You just don't have to say it because we have so many candidates, running candidates from day one at day care. They make just so promises. They like to promise and nothing deliver. Is that your dream to
Yes.
deliver everything?
Yes.
Because dream and goal
And
are
goal,
different.
yes. Metas.
Yes.
Sí.
So I'll give you a chance to say in your language to invite your community and around the world. People can hear you right now. Go ahead, say your dream, your goal, and your desire to what's going to happen in your District 16, and say it in your language.
Hola, muy buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Alejandra Sajdak. Mis metas son es la educación para nuestros hijos, más computadoras, tener un poco más de maestros, porque hemos tenido el problema de que a veces en una sola aula tenemos hasta 40, 45 alumnos y no se dan abastos al aprendizaje. Poner otras aulas, más maestros y más computadoras para nuestros hijos y una educación de idiomas para que los niños tanto el día de mañana puedan hablar más idiomas y más adelante ellos aprenderán a hablar otros idiomas. That's my goal.
Is there any chance that Dave, can you say what she's saying in
No.
English?
Sorry.
Dave, how you never know how to speak Spanish?
Poquito, very little.
You must start teaching him now, right?
I don't want to hear what I say. No.
Maybe only in the bad words,
But
right?
safe neighborhoods, safe schools, better schools, school choice.
Computers.
There's no computers in the schools. We need to help get better technology. The core of the city sometimes is left out.
Yeah.
Well, when you compare it to some of the quote-unquote suburban schools, they're nicer and better.
Correct.
The urban schools don't tend to get as much resources. We need to level that playing field a little bit. We need we need more teachers in the urban area type
Yes.
schools, and they need more help. They have more problems.
That's the problem.
Isn't it
difficult.
isn't it you also need to partner with the community, especially the police also?
Absolutely.
The
Yes.
metro, the sheriff,
We
the
need,
neighborhood.
we need safer neighborhoods. We need to support our police.
Correct.
Yes.
This attack on the
yes.
police is
Correct.
ridiculous. You're never going to have a safe society or an educated society when
Correct.
you're attacking the people that do it. Are there a couple that might be a problem? Yes, I'm sure there are in any group, but overall the police do a phenomenal job. I wouldn't want to do what they do every day.
Of course, they're dangerous. It's just probably the individual has the problem, and it can be educated. They should not be defunded because, this is the most important in our life here also. Who will protect us? All the bad guys will come in here. Hey, yay, defunded the police, no more police. We can come in there and, ruin the country, the beautiful country ever,
Yeah.
Yeah, we can have a discussion, a respectful discussion on how to make it better, but just getting rid of it doesn't make it better.
Correct.
So it
Correct.
makes it worse. It makes the bad hombres take over. So
Since we discussed this, I was just maybe you can help me out with this. If really the BLM really wants the country to make it better for their, colors, okay? Because we are not even talking colors here anymore. We're not even talking about races or discrimination. No matter what, those things is not gonna go away. It's still gonna be there, but individually, not the whole country, not the whole USA. Either you go to other country, I don't want to mention, but other country you had to follow their rules.
Oh yeah.
No matter what.
Where you are, you need to follow the law.
In fact, there's some of the country they're lucky because they never want to wear a mask anymore. They are only fully clothed.
Yeah.
You know, they were protected from day one they are actually grow up. Probably it's still under womb. You know, that country. You know, I mean, it BLM has a dream. Why not teach the rioters? Why not teach the rally to have a peaceful rally? Why destroy the country?
Exactly, and their own neighborhoods,
And their own
which
neighborhood.
further chase businesses and jobs out, which further make the whole economy go down. Oh, I know, I get it, but you know, by the way, if you go on Black Lives Matter and you go to donate, the money goes to the liberal Democratic arm of the party. It doesn't go to even an entity for Black Lives Matter. It goes to Act Blue or one of two other groups. And if you go to Open Secrets and you look at where the groups donated to, they donated to all the progressive Democrats.
Wow.
So this is a play for the progressive Democrats to get money.
So
go
basically,
to Black Lives Matter, go to their website. I did it the other night. Mine came up, Act Blue. If you look at Act Blue, it's the Progressive Democratic Party. So the money's going into the Progressive Democratic Party. It's not even going to help the group or
So
help
the
make
Black
anything with
Lives
social justice better.
so the BLM basically they don't get that help.
Well, they're
So
not getting
they're
any of the
helping-
money because it's
why-
going into
why
the progressive
created-
arm of the Democratic Party.
Why
So I don't
created that?
understand that at all, and I don't know why anybody hasn't pointed this out yet. I'm just sitting there going, this money's going to Elizabeth Warren and all the rest of the progressive liberals, Bernie Sanders. You look at the whole list, all 5 of them are all the progressive arms of the Democratic Party that are socialists. So they all have, so how does socialism help our country? We fought wars over socialism. We're not a socialistic country. Socialism has never worked. I think the last number that I read was 450 million people were killed in the last century in the name of socialism. I mean, any of the
And I
socialistic
think
leaders
AOC,
were.
Alexander Ocasio-Cortez want this country to be socialist.
Absolutely.
Him in the, her and Bernie
Bernie
Sanders.
and all, yeah, the rest of them. They want to pick and choose who's going to win, who's going to lose, who's going to make money, who isn't. That's never worked well. Still doesn't work well in Cuba. Okay, I mean, it's never worked well in the history of the world.
Nationality? What is her parent nationality before they become American citizen? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Is she a Cuban or?
I don't think she's Cuban. No, if she was from Cuba, she would never believe what she believes.
But she
So-
wants this to become a socialism with
Correct.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, no, anybody that's fled Cuba, if you talk to anybody that's fled Cuba and has left Cuba, they are anti-Castro, anti-socialist. You know, they know what's been done to them for, 5 or 6 decades now, to their families, their lack of ability to function without the government's approval, everything that goes along with that, so.
Correct. I mean, the most of the president that who actually deliver what they preach is President Trump. Every president they want the country to be, better. But what can they do if other running candidate doesn't deliver? You know what I mean? So what do you think about the president when he first set in office? They want him to impeach right away.
Well, they started the impeachment the day that he got inaugurated. I mean, they announced that they were starting the impeachment that day. They've done everything they can. No president in our history has ever been attacked like President Trump.
Correct.
Everything
I mean,
they've
it's
done.
so sad.
Now if you watched Attorney General Barr's press, where the Democrats were attacking him and didn't let him say anything, and just attacked the Attorney General, complete lack of decorum. Not even letting him answer questions. They just wanted to keep attacking him. But one of the things that he did say was that he has another U.S. attorney looking into all the unmasking. Unmasking is illegal wiretapping. They didn't have any legal right to listen into American citizens without a warrant. And there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these unmaskings now, each one of which is a felony. And that's what this whole smokescreen is about. It's not about making the country better or solving the problems. It's about covering their butt because they were all in on it. And that's why they're screaming and hollering and trying to put up this big smokescreen, because they all got caught doing illegal things. all of them. And there's the FISA judges have already said that all that they did 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago was illegal.
You think
They
so?
are not. They said so. The judges said so. It's not what I think. It's what the judges said. The judges that granted some of
But
the
they
FISA
don't believe
stuff.
it. They
No,
don't
they
believe
it. They know it. They know darn well what they did. You know, they had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them on doing an unmasking and doing a request for an unmask with no evidence because they wanted to hear what the other side was saying. And that's incredibly scary for either side. I don't care what side you're on. If one side gets in power and starts spying on the other side and trying to subvert the other side, our system works best with a two-party system. With two parties, and you negotiate and you come out with a better bill. So, you know, I believe right now the Republicans have a lot better ideas because socialism isn't an ideal that's ever been proven in history to work.
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, what do you think Biden can do better than what Trump is doing now?
In my personal opinion, nothing. He's been in there for 47 years. What has he done for race relations in 47
Nothing.
years? Okay? What has he done to fix any of this stuff in 47 years? He's part of the problem. He's been there for almost 5 decades, all the way up to the vice president's role. What has he done?
Well, actually, Biden is also a friend of my tweet, and we are actually in a tweet right now. So President Trump is one of my tweets, so they will listen and watching us right now. So, I mean, I see Biden also that sometimes he loses his speech. Sometimes he forgot what he says. You know, I mean, what do you think? Do you think so he has a dementia or Alzheimer already? I know Biden and
I'm
Trump.
not a doctor, but I've watched a number of them where he completely loses train of his thought. You know, my concern is, oh, did I push the wrong button? Oh my gosh, oh, I meant to push the other button. I don't know. I just, you know, they're hiding him for a reason. They won't let him come out in public for a reason. I'm extremely worried about his competency. Again, you know, I'm not a doctor, but I see all the clips and I see all the press and, you know, I see him, you know, focusing on just trying to read what's there because he can't even
Prompter.
remember what
Yeah.
to say on the prompter, and he even struggles reading off the prompter. He was on yesterday, and he couldn't even read off the prompter. I don't see his commander-in-chief material at all. So I'm extremely
Correct.
concerned
So
about
what
that.
about Obama? Now Obama is coming up and say something against Trump and against his policies. Why do you think
Sure.
he's coming up this way? Just because?
Well, they couldn't be fundamentally different. I mean, Obama is a big government guy, and Trump is, you know, let the private sector do it and give them some direction. The private sector is always going to do it cheaper, faster, and better than government can do it. Government inherently can't do it. Government is supposed to only do what the private sector can't do. So it's a philosophical difference. It's been going on for a long time. And when President Trump removed all the regulations that Obama put in, and you know, they did remove 2 regulations for every new one, or the economy took off. It was amazing. And you didn't see, you know, the skies turning purple and water getting poisoned and everything else they always say we do, you know, because it's not true. But there's just ridiculous levels on top of levels on top of levels. I mean,
Correct.
even Nevada right now is the second most regulated state for job occupations. Now that is ridiculous in the country. Okay? You have to have a license in the state of Nevada for almost every job. You can't get a license or something without some type of business license or without some type of outside license and without some very onerous education requirements to open your own business. That's the
In
exact
Nevada?
in Nevada.
In Nevada.
Right now, we have actually progressed to the point where we are the second most regulated state in the country for business licenses and for occupations. So if you want to open your own business, what you have to go through and what the schooling is and what the education is. Just like hairstyling, for instance. It's
Yeah, of course.
$20,000
Yeah.
to go to school to get a hairstylist license. Is that reasonable?
No.
I mean, You know, some of this
let's
stuff
talk
is
about
very
that.
protectionist.
Yeah,
And we need to be able to create jobs.
correct.
So Florida just went through a whole review of their licensing procedure.
They're expensive. Do you know to get the corporation license here, it's 750.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to get the LLC? It's 450. Why
Mm-hmm.
raise that? Why not let us make money first rather
Well,
than
it was
pay
a
the
revenue
corporation?
stream. They decided to do that 3 or 4 years ago when they doubled and tripled the fees because they needed more revenues. I own, not I own, but I'm a branch manager for a mortgage company. We have a financial services tax. We have to pay 2% of payroll. So when I hire somebody and create a job and give them a job as a loan officer, we've got to pay 2%
Do
of
you
their
know
payroll.
I used to be a mortgage banker and broker? I had
Oh, I
two
didn't know that.
locations.
Okay.
Yes, I started here 2005. I started in California 1996. So on that time it's still easy, but I never had a flaws. I have a lot of agent. I have 30 agent in my company. It's a lender, and then I have a mortgage company. I have more than 20 because I give them a chance to make money. I give them the chance to help the client. So you know how much I only charge in me? It's only $1,000, 500 broker fees, 300 to my pay people, 100. It's not much. So because I want to help them out, because you cannot be greedy. But on that time, a lot of loan officers are become greedy. That's why we fall off. 2006, 2008, shut down. So yeah, I had 3 licenses at that time. 2005, 1996, I started in California and then migrated to Las Vegas. So I had 2 locations on that
Well,
time.
now they're taxing the heck out of that too.
I know they are.
So, they're doing the opposite of what we need to create jobs. Nevada used to be the #1 state for job creation and growth. And they've chipped away at that over the last 20 years, and now we're nowhere near as competitive as we used to be.
Wow.
And we need to examine those areas to help bring jobs back in. It's going to be all about jobs.
Well,
Because the
actually,
casinos aren't going to hire back everybody.
I want to be part. I used to be attending the urban development here at City of Las Vegas. I find out with them. North Las Vegas have a different urban development, and Las Vegas has a different urban development, and Henderson has a different urban development. So I have investors actually that I'm inviting here. So the Las Vegas alone has 3 divisions. North, City of Las Vegas, and Henderson. If we can bring the investors or company to come in Las Vegas alone or Nevada, we can create jobs. So I think I have 2 or 3 people that actually wants to come here. So
Good.
those are good for the community.
That's absolutely great for the community. We're going to need it desperately because the casinos, as I said, aren't going to be hiring everybody back. They're going to automate some of it, and the numbers aren't coming back. So there's going to be maybe a third of the jobs that
like a dear friend of mine, Maurice. He works for the convention as a technical guy on the company, and right now they all due to he has the how do you call that? How do you call that your company?
Theatrical stage union.
Yeah, so, but they get paid from the company, but I don't know how long is that. If they don't have a job, how long the company can sustain their income?
Exactly.
Do you think so the government is still willing to help our country?
Well, I think they're going to do a second round of stimulus, yes, but you can't have the government just keep printing money. Sooner or later, the money's useless. And inflation, if inflation ever goes up, I don't know. When I started my career, we had unbelievable interest rates and unbelievable inflation where the money was almost worthless,
Correct.
15, 16% inflation, 21% prime rate.
Correct.
It was crazy.
And then along with that stimulus, men that owe child support, they're not getting the stimulus. The mother gets both of the stimulus.
Yep.
Absolutely. But I thought they have a second stimulus already.
Well, they're working on it right now. The House and the Senate have to come up with a bill, and obviously because they have completely different philosophies, they're both substantially different. So they're trying to work out the bill right now. I'm sure they will. It's going to take longer than we would like. So But
That's pretty
I'm sure
cool.
in 2 or 3 weeks they'll come up with something.
So what do you think what do you think is gonna happen now? Because I know that we're still not completely open, and now they said about the school. Are they gonna allow them back now?
No,
Are they just gonna do the virtual?
they're going to do the virtual, which causes a huge problem. There's a social interactive problem for the kids. You know, kids, you know, I was listening to the mayor, and she said, you know, kids up until 6th grade have to interact. It's part of their social development. So this harms them tremendously. And, you know, a lot of kids don't have access to Chromebooks and, you know, high-speed internet that they need. And, you know, I look at, we're trying to work and, you know, just with our grandson, you know, just trying to monitor the Zoom classes and, you know, make sure the coursework is done. It's like a full-time job. And then how do you deal with daycare as a parent if your child's home?
Well, the sad part about this is why also us allowing to go to the restaurant, to enter, you put the mask, and suddenly you don't. It does make sense to you?
No.
No.
What do you think that the governor can do better?
Well, I don't think there's a clear policy. I think there's some favoritism being played. You know, why can you go to a casino and have 3,000 people in a casino and you can only have 50 people in church? It's ridiculous. So, not fair at all.
So you think so the government is not playing a properly game?
I don't know what his intention is. I don't know what his rationale is. You know, he didn't call me and ask. So, you know, but I don't think what he's doing is fair.
Correct,
I don't think
because
it's being fair to everyone. It should be, everything needs to be fairly applied, and it's not. Why is putting
I
a chip in
understand that.
you know, in a slot machine, as the one Supreme Court justice said in his dissent, why is it more important to be able to put a coin in the slot machine at Caesars than it is to go to church? You know, there's no 50-person
I was
limit.
speechless about that.
Yeah,
Absolutely
there's no
correct.
50-person
Absolutely
limit
correct.
in Caesars Casino, so, or any of the casinos. I'm not just singling them out. You know, and the people need to go back to work. So, I mean, you know, with the social distance, whether you wear a mask, we prefer to wear a shield so we can breathe. You know, I mean, there has to be a way to mitigate the spread,
I think you're
but
right.
this is still a
shield,
virus.
a shield should be
Right.
the most important one because it doesn't cover your mouth. I mean, your nose to breathe, because the shield you can actually breathe on
Right.
it. You know, it doesn't cover. You know, I mean, but in the hospital, what they do, they also wear a mask and wear a shield.
Mm-hmm.
How many fatalities now we have in here in Vegas? How many deaths?
In Clark County,
In Clark County,
I
do you
think it
know?
was 700 or 800, as I recall. I try not to look at those statistics on a daily basis. I mean, some of it's a natural course, obviously. You know, Mindy's husband is heartbreaking. It's difficult.
I know
but,
Eric. Yeah.
you know, some of this
Right.
happens no matter what. I mean, you know, if you compare this to other outbreaks, the fatalities haven't been anywhere near as bad.
You know what? You mentioned about Eric, the best lieutenant I ever met, the best friend I ever had, very quiet man, very humble man, and along with his wife, they're very family oriented. He's the president and founder of an injured police force, the funding. You know, I mean, they give back so much to the community of the police force. I mean, not just on the police force, the whole community. I mean, when I go with them, you know, doing fundraising in the heat of the sun, they are there, you know, just to sell the hot dog, the soda. And he's so quiet, very nice man. You don't even hear nothing like being bossy or you be scared. You're not. I feel so sad when I heard that.
No, I do too. It's very
Yes.
difficult. My point is, we're not trying to be, you know, callous toward the loss, but, you know, unfortunately, there's inherent risks in life too. So, you know, things happen. You know, we have to minimize that as much as we can, but we have to be able to live
Correct.
too. So, I mean, there's a balance here, and I don't think the balance is being made right now in the state of Nevada.
Correct. But Dave, I know you know more about what's going on in the community. Can you share that to our community? I mean, it's so nice to hear that, wow, we don't have any CES pull out and they're not going to do it this year. Tell me more what's going on in our community.
Well, CES just announced that they're canceling their event next January, which is a huge economic loss to the casinos,
Correct.
to jobs, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau. So, I mean, that's our biggest event. $200-300 million in economic impact. So now we're going to start out next year behind the 8 ball too. And not only that, but all the room revenue, the room tax, all the things that go to fund our government now are taking a huge hit. Because that's how we fund our government. That's how we fund everything. So that's not going to be here. So that just blew a huge hole in the budget they just fixed last week.
And also, tell me about the, let's not call it Raiders Stadium. Let's just call it Allegiant. Because of the Allegiant, I was so surprised. I said, what happened to the Raiders? I mean, I saw it's Allegiant Stadium. It's not even
well,
the
they sold the
Raiders.
naming rights.
I know.
They see the naming rights so that they have money. So is this the Dolphin gentleman over here?
Yeah, the Miami Dolphins will be here.
I heard something about squishing the fish. I don't know what that means.
Oh, Dave is trying to give you a hard time. We're going to have a next show. It's going to be
Thank you.
Marlon Greenwood Foundation. You're so funny. I didn't know you're a comedian. Are you trying to give him a hard
I
time?
had to give him a hard time. I'm from Buffalo, just so you know.
That's so funny. That's so cute. That's really cute, Dave. So, do you think so? I know that's a big loss to our community also.
Sure it is. I mean, you have the taxes on the tickets, the sales, the jobs for people going there. If they can't attend all the games, the Golden Knights, being shut down in the middle of a playoff run. I mean, that's millions and millions of dollars
And
of
the
revenue.
women's basketball team.
Yeah, the Aces, So, but the huge economic impact is obviously from the Raiders and the Golden Knights.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
those generate unbelievable amounts of tax revenue for our community, for the schools, for the police, for the fire, for everything.
Correct.
So now, none of these tax revenues are going to be coming in. How are we going to pay for everything? The longer this goes on, becomes even a bigger problem.
What is your idea? When do you think is this gonna be normalized? Your idea? I know we're just listening and hearing and trying to reach someone that can actually make a decision.
It's going to take 2 years probably to go back to normal, maybe even 3 years to go back to normal.
Wow. Well, it's time to the lovely wife to do something better on our community, on District 16.
Yes.
She's going to have her work cut out for her.
So how do you feel now? What your numbers of support you have?
How many do I support now?
We'll find out. We'll let
Yes,
the
we
voters
find out.
decide. So
Yeah.
they don't typically do polling for assembly races. So
Yeah, you think so? Assembly? No?
they don't typically do polling on assembly races. So.
Oh, I see. What are they polling for? Only senator, Congress, or what else?
The congressional races.
Oh,
We don't have any Senate race up in the president, so that's
That's not
typically
fair.
what they'll do.
I guess it's not
Polling
fair.
is also very expensive, so
Oh.
and we've got to get our name and our material out to the voters yet. It's very difficult with COVID and being 112 degrees every day too makes
I
it
know.
incredibly difficult to door knock. So between COVID and being 112 degrees every day, I mean, we got out yesterday and it was 98 degrees at 8:15 in the morning. So there's not even a good
Wow.
time in the morning or at night to start walking. So when it cools down just a little bit, she'll be out knocking on hundreds and thousands of doors to introduce herself to everybody.
That's
But hers
pretty
is an
cool.
open seat, so
Well, oh wow. Who is? What is the stand of the opponents?
well, she's brand new too. So it's her first run. It's Alex's first run.
Yeah,
So
Both
it's
of
an
them
open
are
seat,
they girl?
yeah.
Are they both women?
Yes.
Yes.
Only two of them?
Yeah, a Democrat
Yes.
and a Republican.
Go go go! Go, Alex.
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Yes.
Don't say you're nervous. Fight.
You know, it's my first time, but I work hard. And then,
Well, we have a big support of CCRP chairman other than the Sajdak. Oh yeah, I questioned that. Sajdak, where is that from?
Polish.
Polish. Why they pronounce it Sajdak?
I Americanized it.
But what is the actual pronunciation?
Sajdak.
Sajdak.
Yeah.
That's what I just told them. Sajdak. I
Yeah.
said no, it's Sajdak. No, it's Sajdak because.
Well, that's how our cousin Pat says it too.
Oh.
Pat Sajdak on TV. He spelled it the same way for a long time, and then he dropped the D. About
That's
25
Sajdak
or
is your
30
cousin.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh.
He's not really our cousin, but he says it the same way. So
Sajdak, Pat Sajdak, right.
and he dropped the D about 30 years ago legally in court just
No
to make it
kidding,
easier.
but
Yeah,
his
but he
last
used
name
to
is
say-
Sajdak.
Yeah.
Wow.
but you know what? You know
Uh-huh.
how long I need to learn? Almost 6 months. Yes, believe me or not.
What did you say before?
No, when I write to the, his name, it's backwards. I put G,
D,
D, or
DJ,
G day.
G, D, DJ.
Yes.
She used to spell it backwards, which
Yes,
a lot of people
always.
do because it's silent, so they don't know
Yes.
where to put the D. So
Wow. Okay, now I know now. Now
And-
I know.
And people ask me, "Are really you married with him?" I say yes, because always I write wrong. Always.
Yeah. Are you sure you're married with him?
Yeah, because
that's my question to you
Yeah, I
too.
say, why? Why you write wrong last name? Say I'm sorry.
But anyway, I just want to say thank you. I want you to invite your community, Alex, and say who you are and
Thank
what
you
district
so
you are.
much.
Can you just go ahead and invite them?
Thank you so much. I invite the people to my District 16, and thank you so much for this interview. Thank you.
You're very
her
welcome.
website
you.
is alex4nv.com.
Oh, that's it, simple and easy.
Yes.
Alex, number 4.
Number 4.
nv.com.
Wow. Who made that?
Oh, Richard.
Richard.
Oh, I said, Mike, you're supposed to be here. He's watching, actually. He loves you guys. He loves you to come back, and there
Thank
you
you.
are. He asked me actually suggest to come back and say something. Yeah. And Dave, I want you to come back one more time with probably someone from your CCRP.
Sure. We'd
So
love
we can
to.
discuss further what's going on.
Absolutely.
I mean, we can all help together. And of course, the president is watching because he's the Twitter right now. Their time in White House, Washington.
We love the president.
Yes.
Yes. So I love that. And once again, I just want to say thank you for watching and joining Ariel Duave Network. And this is Dave Sajdak, CCRP chairman. And Dave, invite your people to this coming election.
Absolutely. Come out and vote. Come out and help. Get involved. Make your voice heard. Make your voice heard. We will have a meeting the 15th of September. So watch our website, clarkgop.org, and come on out and be part of our meetings.
And thank you so much, Alex. And
Thank
I'm glad you enjoy being part of here. I told you, I'm not going to make it hard for you. And here you are, you're smiling. And congratulations that you're very strong and you're a fighter. And there you go, you got your citizenship. And now you're going to be an Assemblywoman.
Yeah.
District
Thank
16.
you.
Once again, Alex Sajdak, District 16, Assemblywoman. Don't go away. We will have another show, no other than a former Miami Dolphins, no other than a linebacker for Miami Dolphins, and now he's focusing himself to give back to the community here on the young generation. He did the MG52 Foundation. So that means he's there teaching and reaching out the young kids that wants to be a football. Don't go away. Stay tuned. That's gonna be Marlon Greenwood from Jamaica, and he has a lot of people already waiting for him to be on my show, Jamaica. See you guys in a few minutes. Bye for now.